What's up, internet? Welcome back to another quick discussion on Sega Break. This is Linzer22. Today I wanted to talk about why I think Sega should really consider taking the time into remaking Sonic Adventure. Now, I know there are rumors going around that Sonic Adventure is being remade, and maybe they're even remaking the second Sonic Adventure. But I'm gonna make this video imagining we're in a world where that hasn't been considered yet, so I could lay down why I think it's important. But before I get into it, let me just remind you guys that this is a forum discussion video, so please, if you want to talk about or want to share your opinions on Sonic Adventure being potentially remade, leave it down below. And if you want more discussion videos on Sega, subscribe for more content. Now, during the time when Sonic Adventure first came out, a lot of video game companies were trying to figure out how to take their 2D franchises and bring them to the 3D world. It's very apparent, and if you look into a lot of what happened Sega during that time, you'll see that there was a lot of struggle in making 3D a real thing within their own consoles. So, I mean, to be completely honest, Sonic Adventure is a little rough around the edges. I think it's not as rough as people say it is. I think many people are playing the ports, and that's probably what it is. Because, you know, I played Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast recently, and yes, there are camera issues, but you know what? If you're playing a 3D platform and you're shocked that you have camera issues, then I'm honestly more shocked that you're shocked, because pretty much every 3D platform has camera issues. Even all of the Mario games have camera issues. If you've played Mario 64, the camera is gonna be pretty much the biggest obstacle of that game. And you know what? Sonic Adventure is no different. I think the only way to probably fix a camera issue is by having the camera behind the character at all times and limiting the amount of areas they can go through. But to me, that kind of ruins the experience of a 3D platform. I think 3D platforms need to be open. If they're not open, then they don't feel as fun. They just feel linear and streamlined. And some of those issues are within the boost formula, and I think the boost formula works better when they move away from that. But that's not. But today we're not going to talk about the boost formula. Let me move away from that. My point is, with all the things that we've learned today in terms of game design, I think that could be implemented within Sonic Adventure's game. I think if they remade Sonic Adventure and they took the time to not only remake it, but make it more modern, what they're going to end up creating is nostalgia for a bunch of other kids growing up. A lot of kids are going to look back at this game and think that this was their great Sonic the Hedgehog experience. And you know what? They're going to become Sonic fans. And I think that's pretty smart that would be pretty smart for Sega to entail. Take a game like Sonic Adventure, where the story is memorable, but there's a few quality of life things that the game desperately needs. I think if Sega takes the time to fix that, then they have a game with a great story and a game that plays well as well. Now, one thing I would wonder is, would they keep all the other parts of Sonic Adventure that are probably not necessary? Now, if they were to remake Sonic Adventure, I personally would hope they would, just because, you know what, that game is pretty nostalgic for me. But if I was someone else who've never played a single Sonic game, and then I was forced to play fishing games, I would be a little confused, because maybe I did play Sonic Forces and that didn't have fishing in it. But I don't know, maybe it could be an optional thing, maybe not. Maybe they can make it better or something. I'm not sure. In my eyes, the way Sonic Adventure was the way it was because back then they were experimenting with a lot of 3D gameplay technologies, I guess is a way to put it. So that's why Sonic Adventure was a culmination of a bunch of different functions, essentially. There was fishing gameplay, there was shoot 'em up gameplay. Now, I read an interview that the reason why they had the shoot 'em up is because the concept of shooting was really popular in games, and I guess someone at Sega said this game needs shooting, but I'm not entirely sure about that. That was a while ago when I read that. But from what I kind of think is, since they were experimenting with a lot of stuff, they had a bunch of different gameplay engines, and they just kind of put it together and made the Sonic Adventure game with a bunch of different things. And I think that's kind of cool, but I'm not exactly sure if that makes sense. Now, if Sega gives this game a proper budget and they could afford to make sure that every part of the original game is in the newer game, then yes, by all means, please add that. But if the budget's low, then I hope that they mostly focus on the Sonic portion, since that's the most important parts. Although I would also want to see the Knuckles and the Tails. All that's great. I personally did like the mech parts in Sonic Adventure. I did not like the mech parts with Tails and Eggman in Sonic Adventure 2 all that much. Although I like Sonic Adventure 2 more overall, but that's kind of beside the point. I guess what I'm saying, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, is that if they do remake Sonic Adventure, I'm okay with them taking out the fishing parts. I kind of feel just for nostalgic reasons it should be there. And you know, the internet makes it's like a running joke with Big the Cat. So I feel like it's important to be there, but I don't know. I'm a bit off on this. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Big the Cat should be in this? Or do you guys think it's unnecessary? Also, if they were to make Sonic Adventure remade, what would you want to see from it? I'm kind of curious to hear what you guys want to hear. I keep hearing that people are excited for it. I keep hearing people clamoring for it, but I don't hear enough people talking about what they want to see from it. So please, I want to hear your guys' opinions. Leave it all down below. And if you like discussion videos specifically about Sega, remember to subscribe and I'll be back with